unaware that the enemy is not open to attack, we have gone only halfway toward victory. If we know that the enemy is open to attack, but are unaware that our own men are not in a condition to attack, we have gone only halfway toward victory. If we know that the enemy is open to attack, and also know that our men are in a condition to attack, but are unaware that the nature of the ground makes fighting impracticable, we have still gone only half. The experienced soldier, once in motion, is never bewildered. Once he has broken camp, he is never at a loss. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven and know earth, you may make your victory complete.
10 Yu told the story about Pei Xing-jian, who was sent on a punitive expedition against the Turkic tribes. At nightfall, he pitched his camp as usual, and it had already been completely fortified by wall and ditch when suddenly he gave orders that the army should shift its quarters to a hill nearby. This was highly displeasing to his officers, who protested loudly against the extra fatigue which it would entail on the men. Pei Xing-jian, however, paid no heed to their remonstrances and had the camp moved as quickly as possible. Later that night, a terrific storm came on, which flooded their former place of encampment to the depth of over 12 feet. The recalcitrant officers were amazed at the sight and owned that they had been in the wrong. "How did you know what was going to happen?" they asked. Pei Xing-jian replied, "From this time forward, be content to obey orders without asking unnecessary questions."
Chen Hao defined the 6 ways of courting as follows. Neglect to estimate the enemy's strength, want of authority, defective training, unjustifiable anger, non-observance of discipline, failure to use picked men.
Du Mu told this story of the famous General Wu Qi. He wore the same clothes and ate the same food as the meanest of his soldiers, refused to have either a horse to ride or a mat to sleep on, carried his own surplus rations wrapped in a parcel, and shared every hardship with his men. One of his soldiers was suffering from an abscess, and Wu Qi himself sucked out the virus. The soldier's mother, hearing this, began wailing and lamenting. Somebody asked her, "Why are you crying? Your son is only a common soldier, and yet the commander-in-chief himself has sucked the poison from his sword." The woman replied, "Many years ago, Lord Wu performed a similar service for my husband, who never left him afterward, and finally met his death at the hands of the enemy. now that he has done the same for my son, he too will fall fighting I know not where.
Li Chuan tells similarly of the Viscount of Chu, whose soldiers were suffering severely from the cold. He made a round of the whole army, comforting and encouraging the men, and straightway they felt as if they were clothed in garments lined with silk.
Du Mu told the story of Lu Meng during the occupation of the town of Jiangli. He had given orders to his army not to molest the inhabitants, nor take anything from them by force. Nevertheless, a certain officer serving under his banner, who happened to be from the same town as the general, ventured to appropriate a bamboo hat belonging to one of the people in order to wear it over his regulation helmet, as protection against the rain. Lu Meng considered the fact that his being a native of the same town as the culprit should not be allowed to palliate a clear breach of discipline, and accordingly he ordered his summary execution, tears rolling down his face, however, as he did so. This act of severity filled the army with wholesome awe, and from that time forth, even articles dropped on the highway were not picked up.
Chapter 11. The Nine Situations. 9 strategic kinds of ground. Advantages of adversity. Changing plans. 9 principles. Alliance.